I've spent the last 4 years learning from the most brilliant marketers today. And now I've left my 9-to-5 to take the plunge and build my $1 million business. The real question is, how will I do it without VC funding or debt, completely from scratch? This podcast is here to give you the answer. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my online business, using only today's best internet sales funnels. My name is Steve Larsen, and welcome to Sales Funnel Radio. Boom! What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larsen. Welcome to Sales Funnel Radio. This is kind of a cool episode, especially while Sales Funnel Radio will be ending, or at least massively slowing down around episode 300 due to iTunes craziness around that. In this episode today, I just want to tell you guys real fast something kind of cool. We are getting this space. It's very exciting. Let me just walk you around real quick. Now, all the rooms are going to be, all the walls will be teared down. We can go create any kind of structure we want in here. It's 3,200 square feet, which is awesome. It's actually a lot of footage. It's funny because on camera it doesn't look that huge. It's actually pretty large. And so one of the things I observed, and I want to tell you guys this real fast. One of the things I observed when I was when Russell started getting ClickFunnels set together is he went making a podcast episode. What's up? You're on Sales Funnel Radio, Jordan.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So one of the things that I learned from Russell when they started getting their new office was not only did they go find a space that they wanted that was a shell, they drew all the things that they wanted in there, and then revenue-wise, in order to pay for it, he was sure to launch a product that would cover way more than the lease payment of that new building. And he's done that every single time. When he had Tony Robbins come speak at ClickFunnels, at Funnel Hacking Live. It's pretty large spaces. It was expensive, man. Tony Robbins is really, really expensive. And so what he did was he put on his marketer hat and said, how can I pay for that? And started coming up with these little clever things inside of the event to raise the money to pay for Tony, right? I'm doing the same thing here. It's not that expensive. It's not gonna be very expensive a month, which is cool. But my plan, I have 3 things I'm launching that everyone's been wanting from me that will help more than pay for this. So let me tell you some of the dream for this whole thing. So what we want to do is, when we first started doing, when I first started working for ClickFunnels, we would have random people that we did not know just show up, and that's fine. But it was awkward because there were people who literally walked into the ClickFunnels space in the old office. There weren't key cards or any of that kind of stuff, and it was just kind of awkward because you're always kind of like on edge, like wondering when someone was just going to walk on in. So it's hard to mentally, that's hard to get into a space where you can feel creative when random strangers are walking on in. So what they did is when people walked on in, they made a wall right here, and there's a key card on one side, and then there's the event hall on the right. We're actually doing the exact same setup. So I'm actually gonna have an event space here. And the reason is because, every quarter we do an event, and we'll spend $8 to $10 grand every quarter just renting the event hall. Well, we could just put that cash here inside of this and have the setup, have people come here. You understand? ClickFunnels made more money by building their own mini event hall and attaching it to the office place, all right? I'm doing the same thing, do the exact same thing. So what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna grab, we're gonna knock down all these walls here, and then we're gonna build an event center over on the side with a full AV setup. I will still do my major events at other places, but what I'm gonna do though is I'll have, it's funny because on camera it doesn't look that huge. 3,200 square feet is large. You understand that Colton, Austin, and I right now are sitting in a 300 square foot bedroom. And we're going from a 300 square foot bedroom for the last year and a half to a 3,200 square foot place, which is really, really exciting, okay? So what we'll do, let me show you the outside here. So what we're gonna do is we'll go set up, check out what's up. Whoever, I know it's probably backwards. Yellow Book USA. It's like new tech replacing old tech. But what we're gonna do though is we will have, we're gonna have it so that when you go walk inside this building right here, there'll be a wall And then if you go to the left will be all the offices, and we'll have a little bit of an open area. I don't need all the space that ClickFunnels has. Their office is 7,000 square feet. That's what Dave Woodward told me, which is awesome. It's about 7,000. This is about half that, right? A little less than half that, but I only need like, I can't even imagine a scenario where I need more than like 15 people on my team. And so that's kind of what we're planning for. So there'll be an open area. We'll have a few areas with offices and stuff, and we get to kind of build it out as we want to in here, which is exciting. So it's been nice to kind of work from home, but there's a lot of pros and cons. A lot of people ask me, how do you handle working at home? And it's not easy, okay? I spent $200 and I put sound panels across all the top of my office bedroom, okay? It's just an oversized bedroom. And I put these sound panels across everything. And I'll tell you, one of the major reasons I started yelling so much is because I could hear in the background my 3 girls, like maybe there's a little fight, maybe someone got hurt, maybe there's a little amping up. And so I would amp up on the camera to mask that. That's actually one of the main reasons that I started yelling so much on camera. That's one of the real reasons. There'd be all this commotion going off in the background, and I was like, and you gotta build the funnel, and you gotta, right? And so to not have to deal with that anymore is gonna be super cool. We will not have to put sound panels across the ceiling like we had to in the last little one. So anyway, it's quite the large space. I mean, there's a lot, and it goes that way quite a bit, and it's perfect for what we need. So I'm gonna go knock down all the stuff. Right now we're going to draw out the floor plan, and then we will focus on building a really cool event place that not only saves me having to pay $10,000 to $20,000 every time I want to do an event. That's about what I've been paying. Instead, this is like $5,000 a month, man. Plus, I'm going to build onto it a revenue machine. Okay, that's the whole point of this episode. That's what I'm trying to help you guys see is what we're doing. It's a way of thinking that if you have a cost on the business, make sure that you always plan for a way to have revenue on it as well. Like I have got several small mini events coming up. Okay, in the next year, I've got 6 events planned, and or 5. Wait, yeah, 5. Okay, I've got 5 events planned in the next year. 2 or 3 of them can actually just happen right here, which is fine and great. I mean, that's awesome. That's all I want. The others, though, like, you know, they do need to be in other places, but we'll spend, just so you know, like OfferMind, putting on OfferMind was a $250,000 thing. Every time I do an event offer lab, that costs me $100,000 every time I do that event. There are parts here now where instead of us running around trying to coordinate with hotels, which is his own full-time job and pretty much has give Colton gray hairs, and myself as well, instead of that, we now no longer need to do that, and we will just put it over here on the side. And we've actually built on the cost of this a revenue arm. That's the whole point of this episode today. So every time you're building out something or you realize, hey, I need this piece done, I need to go build this piece in my business, I got to go put something together. Instead, just think through other ways, like Russell did with Tony Robbins, or like I had to go do in order to get to building a lot of these events that I have in the last year. Think about other ways that you can pull cash flow off of that. So we'll knock out the stuff here, and then we'll have the event space right here. And I'm trying to have it be almost to the size of the one that's in ClickFunnels. It won't be as big, but that kind of a spec there. So Pursuit of Profit is a live show that we'll be launching where we want to bring in somebody kind of like Impact Theory. I'm a huge fan of Tom Bilyeu. Love his stuff. But side by side, I can bring people in now and we can film them and make sweet episodes right here inside there. Business Syndicate is the show where I want people to come in and pitch me on building funnels for them, kind of like Shark Tank. But instead of just giving dirty money, which usually doesn't do a lot of stuff for the business, what we'll do is we'll actually, because you guys know I'm crazy against VC funding, very against that. Instead, what you'll do is you come in and you pitch me on building your funnels with my funnel team, right? And so we're gonna have a show around that as well called Business Syndicate. Titans of Industry is my mastermind. That can happen here as well. You understand, like that's why this made sense to me. And so several have asked me, Stephen, why don't you have an office yet? You've made a lot of cash with it very fast in a short amount of period of time. And it's because it makes no sense for me when I can work on the internet from the couch for me to go take on something else like a big office space unless I have revenue plans attached to the space as well. That's the whole point of the episode. Short one today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have liked it, please make sure that you go send it over to on Facebook. Make sure you take a screenshot. Would love to have you guys. Also, go check out titansofindustry.com. Okay, as the filming of this, it's not done. And the space is obviously not done, okay? But there's a waiting list there, okay? It will be not a cheap mastermind, but my stuff works really well. Same with Business Syndicate. If you guys have any interest on pitching me to build your stuff in exchange for equity in your business and to participate in profits, also let me know. Go to businesssyndicate.com and sign up there on that waiting list. And you guys can see how I am trying to, on the back of the info product space, build the rest of this legit stuff out, which is very exciting. If you guys have interest in being on Pursuit of Profit, that is going to be a side-by-side, most of the time, show with me and an expert live, kind of like what I was doing with Russell at OfferMind. We're sitting side-by-side that way. Anyway, start thinking of things that way. And you're like, Steven, I can't afford these things. You're not the one paying for it, right? It's not my cash. It's going to be other people who come in and they're helping foot the bill for this cool space we're about to build together, and I'll share and grow, learn together with that. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you guys being on Sales Funnel Radio here. And this, we're hoping around January, beginning of the year-ish, around that time, to be able to be in the space and start building out the studio. And love to have you guys inside of either the mastermind if you guys want to, anyway, I don't want to say any more than that. We'll see you guys. By comparison, I just wanted to make this part of the episode real fast. Okay, check this out. So when this first started, and it's a mess, and it's funny because I've had people reach out to me and they're like, you are affected by the environment you work in. That's kind of crap. Like, if you are, great. I'm not, though, okay? Like, I'm not that much. And so I'm more affected by sound than I am by clutter. So I'll tell you, this is one of the major reasons why we need an office, okay? Is because in storage space, you know how much leftover swag there is after an event? Because you don't know, and you don't want to like not have it for somebody, so you always overorder. I always overorder. And that's one of the reasons capitalismswag.com was created, so that we could have a spot to be able to sell off extra swag. That's literally one of the reasons we made that before OfferMind. So we'll keep doing more swag drops. Go to capitalismswag.com, by the way, and we got cool stuff there. But like, look, it's a lot, right? And I remember there's a guy who reached out, not a guy. I've had multiple people reach out and say, Steven, it's so cluttered. How do you expect to get everything done in such a cluttered environment? What are you talking about? Just do it. Like, you tell me you can't flex, like, do it. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's a lot of stuff. All right, then over here we got Austin's desk, which is actually a picnic table, which is funny enough what my desk was when I first got to ClickFunnels. Got a desk here for Colton. Here's my stuff over there. We got our TV over here on this side. The only reason I bring that up is because we're building up a stats dashboard so that it shows constantly our current numbers. We're almost done building it, so we can always track revenue and opt-ins. Still trying to figure out the last part. Anyway, we're almost done with that. Over here, we track dem sales, right? How close we are to $1 million on stuff. They need to be updated because it's way closer, which is exciting. On multiple 2 Common Club awards, which is exciting stuff. And the way that I've been able to pull this all off is, like I was saying, up here at the top. And the back of this door is literally soundproofing. I just put spray adhesive everywhere. This, we got the paparazzi wall, got all the rest of the paparazzi walls back there. That's what those are right there. And then this is a black sheet. It's literally a black bed sheet. I think that's what I got. Or it's an actual blackout sheet. And I stapled it to the wall. And that's how I filmed most of my first videos for the first program I created. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because, like, by comparison, contrast, like, I don't think you need a lot of stuff today. You don't need a lot of stuff today to actually be successful in especially the internet space. Info products, like, that's one of the best places you can turn to if you're trying to increase your revenue. Because it's like, you got to learn how to sell. You still got to sell it because you're not shipping something. Things that are digital can be harder to sell. So learn how to sell in the market. But, like, at the same time, you can still bootstrap this thing, man. Like, I remember I didn't have the software I needed when I was first building funnels in college. So I went and I found it in libraries, public libraries. I built so much video and funnels and courses and stuff in public libraries, okay? Because they had the software, and I could just go there and put my headphones on and not have to think or whatever. They're supposed to be quiet places, And so I'm just bringing that up because I don't have the tools. You don't need to own them. Where are they, right? Go find it. Go figure out where it is and go. Anyway, I don't have fast internet for this or that. I remember there were times when I went and actually I did this, my first ever info product, which eventually turned into my $1,000 a week product, which is really cool, which was big for me at the time, right? Back in that time there. I didn't have a camera. So I went to a public library again and I rented a DSLR camera. I rented a camera because we didn't have any money, right? We didn't have any money. So I rented this kind of camera, right? And a tripod. And this is cluttered, guys, but your work environment affects you. Okay, that's the last 5% of things that matter. Just do it. Get it done. Anyway, so that's I just thought it'd be kind of neat to show by contrast what things I used to go do. So I'd go rent the camera, I'd rent the card, and then I didn't have a way to pull the stuff I shot with my camera off onto my computer. So I'd go find a computer and hunt computers down in the library where I could take off the card from the card reader, for the camera, and go upload it. And I remember getting everything. I just put everything on YouTube because it was free, And it's why I tell people I have empathy. I have been there if you're trying to make something work. I have very little sympathy though, right? I'm not gonna feel bad for you, but I will feel with you, right? It's empathy versus sympathy, and I think that matters like crazy on this. So anyway, I just wanted to just real fast put some context with what we're doing here. So we go knock down all the walls in that new office, and obviously, they need to put flooring in. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen with it yet during the TI space of the contract and stuff like that. But we're ready to rock. So I'm just going to drop a floor plan real quick and then talk to a few people, get some advice on it, and then we'll be good to go. So crazy start. This is where it started. For real. This is where it started. It's nuts. This is a 300 square foot room. I only know that because my house is 3,500 square feet, and this is 10% of it, so that's what we write off, taxes and all that. So this is a 300 square foot room, and we're gonna go to a 3,200 square foot office, which is as big as this house, which is pretty crazy. So I'm really excited about it. We are asking right now if we can knock out part of the ceilings and raise the roofs, literally, in that office building. And anyway, it's exciting. It'll be really cool. I expect we'll be there for, 2-3 years and build the next building that we actually get to. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, guys. Hope you guys like the episode. And hopefully it's inspiring to you to just get it done. Get it done. If you don't own a briefcase, borrow one or realize they don't matter. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening. As you likely have heard in my podcast, I left my job January 2018 to build my $1 million business. Completely from scratch without any funding or any help. And I hit it. Right on February 1st, 2019, just 13 months later, we actually grossed $1 million, which is pretty awesome. Better yet, I got to keep a lot of the cash just because my costs are honestly not very high. That said, there's several tools though I use to automate vital pieces of my business, and ClickFunnels is one of them. ClickFunnels lets me build automated sales machines all over the internet that are non-stop pitching people for me. It's only $97 a month. Better yet, I don't need to be a coder. If you're asking yourself, Steven, are you giving me a blatant pitch for ClickFunnels right now? Yes, 100%. I think it's dumb when people don't use ClickFunnels, okay? It makes you more and saves you more. Basically, I have the power of an entire tech team in my hand, and I want you to have it. Go grab a free trial of ClickFunnels by going to freecftrial.com. I want everyone to have and experience the power of ClickFunnels in their business. So they're letting me hook you up at freecftrial.com.